Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello and welcome to Primetime Local News. I'm Callan Dunlop. Thank you for joining us. Lloydminster City Council decided this week that June 30th will now be known as Indigenous Survivors Day. The proclamation request was submitted by the All Nations Outreach. The day is planned to recognize and honor the enduring resilience of Indigenous communities.
And upon receipt of that letter, our administration looked at it, felt that it fit within our policies for council to consider. We are certainly committed to truth and reconciliation, and this is one more way that as a municipality, we can support our Indigenous people and the Heart of Treaty 6, which we are a member of.
As of now, there is nothing planned for the day in Lloydminster. Council urges the Indigenous community to take the reins in what they would like to see with the day.
Was to see, would we accept the proclamation for June 30th, and now we'll work with the Heart of Treaty 6 membership and other Indigenous groups in our community to see what that day looks like, because it really should be led by them.
Several cities have already set June 30th as Indigenous Survivors Day, including Vancouver, Victoria, and Surrey. If you are looking to buy something locally made or owned, the Border City Farmers Market is promoting local business in the region. Located at the Service Sports Center, the market features 29 local businesses, including one of the newcomers, Wild Scullery Creations by Krista Dean.
I've just joined the farmers market for the 2024 season, so I just started my business up right before Christmas and found this to be a good opportunity after being a visitor here for a long time, so I thought it was a great time for me to join up, and everybody's been so wonderful and welcoming, and the community has been really receiving, so it's been really nice.
Dean also shows off a variety of products, spices, and condiments.
I have a lot of spicy stuff on my table. I have a couple of different products that we offer. I have 2 flavors of Cowboys candy, 2 relishes, and then a collection of hot sauces and a few different pickles and stuff for everybody.
The event will be back on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. if you missed the chance to visit. Startup Lloydminster holds many different events throughout the year, helping business owners, entrepreneurs, and the community. This week, they put on an event called Lunch and Learn, as local Feng Shui expert Anna Paniak talked about her business and the reasoning behind the traditional practice.
Impacts us, our environment impacts us so much more than I think most of us realize, and very much on a subconscious level. So it really bridges my coaching.
Paniak had her own self-discovery process in 2008, stating that it was a big reason why she got into the profession.
Always super curious about spirituality and psychology. So that got me into, and personal life stuff, got me into trying a lot of different healing modalities and eventually certifying as a life coach.
Startup Lloydminster has been putting on many of these lunch and learns each month, with more coming in the near future.
So we put on a bunch of different events. We have a couple lunch and learns each month, some different workshops. We have an AI workshop coming up at the end of the month. So just quite a variety, everything to really support our entrepreneurs and small businesses in our community and region.
For tickets to future events, visit Startup Lloydminster's website or on their Facebook and Instagram page. The Lloydminster Public Library has a number of free events to celebrate Family Literacy Day. Abby St. John has more.
I'm very happy to be joined here today by Cheryl Sikora, the CEO of the Public Library here in Lloyd and the library director. And today we're going to be talking about Family Literacy Day. And I know that you have had activities throughout this week. On the weekend, however, on Saturday, there is going to be an Alice in Wonderland themed event. And so we're going to talk about that. But first, I would love to talk about Family Literacy Day. What is Family Literacy Day, and why is it so important to celebrate it as a family?
Family Literacy Day is just really that, a celebration of everything family and how families interact. So family literacy is almost anything in terms of how families grow together, learn together. It could be The obvious things like reading, but it could be playing games, learning a new skill together, learning how to operate independently and together as a family. So it's a really large umbrella, and we're very excited to celebrate everything family literacy at the library.
Which is very exciting because with reading, especially, there's so many different genres and so many different avenues that you can go down to with literacy, because really, if it's a book, you're reading and it's literacy, and I love that. And to do it as a family, you know, not necessarily have to read, but you can play games and get together as a family. I think that's really important. Now with the library, you have had events going on all week, and there's some over the weekend as well. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about what those events are, and there is a fun theme wrapped around it, themed by Alice in Wonderland, which is a fantastic book. So tell me about that and what people can expect.
Absolutely. So we're open 10 to 6 on Saturday, and most of our events are drop-in. One of the drop-in events is a story walk. So the Lloydminster Learning Council has chosen Barbara Reid's The Party. So that book is posted throughout the library, so families can walk together and read the book in different stations around the library. It works really well for families that have children of multiple age ranges, because then they don't have to sit still and engage with a book. They can move throughout the library, and it's okay to be distracted by all of the things that are going on as they go. We'll have an Alice in Wonderland themed family story time at 10:30, so everyone is welcome. As well, we'll have some crafts and games. So we'll be making fascinators in the makerspace and or top hats made out of cards. We'll have a couple croquet sets for families to play with. But there'll be some tongue twisters, a photo booth, a tea party. It's going to be really great.
That sounds a lot of fun, and Alice in Wonderland is such a popular theme to pick, and it's a fantastic theme in itself because it's just such a classic, and all ages, any generation can get into Alice in Wonderland, which
it's pretty timeless.
Yes, absolutely, and I think it'll continue being that way, especially. What made you guys decide the Alice in Wonderland themed? What was, when you went into planning Family Literacy Day and what you guys envisioned it to look like, where did the ideas come from?
I think, like we just mentioned, the timeless thing is something that engages parents, that parents will have fond memories of interacting with Alice in Wonderland in various ways when they were kids, and then it will be fun for them to create memories around Alice in Wonderland with their children. There's also a bit of a cheekiness to Alice in Wonderland that appeals to people of all ages, mm-hmm. So we love that.
Now, I know you kind of gave the times and everything, but just to reiterate, no need for tickets. It's come all, come one, come all type of thing. So just the location, the time, and the times that these activities are starting.
Absolutely. So Lloydminster Public Library is in the Lloyd Mall. You can come in the Bootlegger Safeway entrance, and we are just at that end of the mall. We're open 10 to 6. We have one event at 10:30. That is just the family story time at 10:30, but everything else is drop-in. And so you can come and spend 5 minutes or a couple of hours, depending on what your interests are and how creatively you want to engage in your project. So we're very excited to have a full crowd of people on Saturday.
Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun for really families of all ages and demographics.
Who doesn't want a fascinator or a top hat made of cards?
Exactly. And again, like you said at the very beginning, this is about families coming together and just spending time with each other, whatever activity it may be, and it seems like you guys have a bunch of different ones to choose from. So thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you the best of luck for Family Literacy Day this weekend.
Thank you very much.
And we'll have more primetime local news after the break.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
Country music star Aaron Pritchett is bringing his Liqored Up Tour to Lloydminster. Stacey Comer found out what is planned, including a special contest where a fan could win a concert at their home.
have a special guest joining me today on Primetime Local News. Aaron Pritchett is here. And Aaron, you're going to be coming to Lloydminster soon. Thank you so much for joining me today.
I sure am. Yeah, coming back to Lloyd. It's been quite a while. So, yeah, I'm excited to get back to northeastern Alberta.
Well, this is part of the Liqored Up Tour, and you have a couple of special guests. So tell me about the tour and what we can expect when you roll into our city.
You bet. Yeah, the Liquored Up Tour all began because I recorded a song called Liquored Up that a few of my friends wrote. And when I did it, I was like, I got to get a couple people to sing with me. And two of them were Matt Lang and Corey Marks, both Eastern fellas. One's from Quebec, Matt's from Quebec, Corey's from Ontario. And they were the perfect match because, like me, they like to have a lot of fun. And that really came across in the song and the video.
So when you are coming to Lloydminster here to put on the show and we get the three guys entertaining on stage, is it a high energy evening and everybody's just like having basically a party in the theater?
Yeah, that's basically all I've been about my entire career. You know, I played in clubs for over 10 years, and I think I got that from playing in the clubs, and it's always got to be high energy, whether there's two people in the crowd or whether there's 20,000 in the crowd. It's got to be the same. And Corey and Matt match that. You know, it's going to be an in-your-face, high energy electric show that starts with a bang and ends with a bigger boom.
Well, let's talk about the video. It looks just like a fun video too. We got some Tonka trucks in there and people having a good time. So, did the video just come along basically as a concept out of the song lyrics and you kind of, matching what's going on in the song?
Yeah, so the videographer Sean Lyons, who's from Vancouver Island, like I am, I approached him with the idea. I said, this song feels live, and I want it to feel like we're actually having a great fun time somewhere. And I picked a location which is just down the road from where I live, at a place called the Wheat Sheaf Pub. We call it the Wheatie, and it's a bunch of locals that are in there, and that's what they seem to do on a Thursday, Friday, sometimes a Saturday and Sunday. They just like to get together and have a bunch of fun, and but they also like spend time on their own, but they still have a ton of fun. That's really what it was all about. And Corey and Matt brought their energy on with the video as well, and it's gonna translate into the show also. Can't wait.
Tell me about the tour itself, Aaron. How many dates do you have? And are you going right across the country this time?
Yeah, right across the country. We start in Calgary, but we make our way back through BC to Vancouver Island, where I am now. And then we go all the way as far as Halifax, but we end the tour in Moncton, New Brunswick. So yeah, it's I think it's 32, 33 shows. Some have been added, so I've kind of lost count after a while. But I swear, if it was 100 shows on the tour, I would be excited to do them all, and I could do them all in a row. I'm so excited about this tour.
Well, tell me about the importance of touring now. Through the pandemic, nobody was able to do anything. And once you guys got back out, it was just such a great thing. So, why is it important to keep that momentum going?
That's extremely important, I think, on many different levels. One is because we didn't get to do it for a couple of years. We didn't get to tour. We didn't get to play a lot live with the band. There was a lot of restrictions in place for basically what felt like 2 years. The tour that I did in 2019 feels like it was done last year, because it was such a blur for a while. And now with getting back on the road, it's being able to play in front of live crowds that are right in front of you. You're able to touch their hands and interact with them, and the entire band, for the morale alone for us getting back on the road was necessary. And we're a very tight group, the band and crew that I run with. And I think it was really important that we got all that back, and that we understood that we're returning to the stage, we're returning to the road, we get to live together again for a month and a half or more, and I think it just made us stronger as a group.
Is there an opportunity for fans to meet you as well as the guests on tour too, or are there VIP packages, or how does that work, Aaron?
Yeah, there's always going to be a after show meet and greet. Basically, it's an autograph signing. It's something that I've always stuck to my entire career. Even when people in the industry, that were working with me or for me, were saying, you should do less of that, or you shouldn't do it at all, and create some of the mystery. I said, well, I wish I could, but I am that person who would stand in line and wait to meet the artist that I really want to meet, or that I just saw at a show. And Corey and Matt are definitely those type of guys too. They love the interaction with the people who paid good money to come and see our show, and then meet us as well. And there are VIP packages available that we are going to have. If you go on to my Aaron Pritchett fan pass on the Fobi wallet, which is FOBI, you can get your exclusive VIP meet and greet and possibly even a little performance. And there's one other little thing that I've added that isn't a part of the Fobi wallet necessarily, but we have 300 vinyl for sale on this tour only. That's the only way to hear the album in its entirety, because there is a new album coming out, but it's not till later this year. In the 300 albums, there's one gold record. And whoever finds that gold record gets a free house concert. So it could be anywhere across Canada. We don't know. Like I said, we're starting Calgary. Could be Calgary, but it could be also in Moncton for the last show. Who knows? But whoever finds it gets a free house concert. I'll fly out to wherever they live and put on a little show in their living room.
Wow, the golden ticket. That is amazing, Aaron. That's something to look forward to as well. So we are going to see you and your guests and the band here February 12th in Lloydminster. We are so excited to have you come and perform. And I know, like we said, it's going to be a high energy show. So just can't wait to see you on stage, Aaron. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
For the first time in Lakeland's history, their women's volleyball and basketball teams are ranked #1 in the CCAA. Our Ben Lawan had the chance to talk with Lakeland's athletic director about the Rustlers' recent success and hosting basketball nationals.
Today I'm here with Alan Rogan, the athletic director for the Lakeland Rustlers, to talk about a successful #1 ranked women's volleyball and basketball teams. Alan, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Okay, perfect. No, not a problem.
During your time as athletic director, how have you seen the athletics at Lakeland grow?
We've seen a pretty significant culture shift over the last number of years. And then we've been very fortunate to be able to retain a number of our coaching staff. So they've all bought into the culture of how we want to see things done here at Lakeland. And, you know, they've done a really good job of not only, you know, embracing that culture, but also relaying that culture piece onto our student athletes. And if you have the right culture, success or winning, I guess, will be a byproduct of a positive culture.
How have you seen Chris King's and Austin Dyer's work really pay off with these teams?
You're going to be successful based on the amount of effort and time you put in. What you put in is what you're going to receive out of it. So, you know, I think the student athletes in their teams, like all of our programs, see the effort our coaches put in and the time they've committed. You know, once again, if you're a coach, it impacts your family, and they see the sacrifices our coaches make. And, you know, our student athletes, I think, work that little bit harder, seeing the amount of effort our coaches put in. So that definitely is part of the reason why our programs are successful. And yeah, so our student athletes, I think they buy in. And once they buy in, then, like I said, success will be the byproduct of that hard work and effort.
The women's volleyball team has been one of the top teams in the CCAA for recent years. How have you seen this team grow into the dynasty it is today?
In the last number of years, we've been able to work with our different academic departments to be able to secure degree programming here. So we were able to retain student athletes for 4 and 5 years here at Lakeland. But that's part of it. And then just like I said, you're able to retain those student athletes who really buy in to what you're doing here at Lakeland, or what we're doing here at Lakeland. And we're able to get our community on board now. So, you know, we're just, it's been just a fantastic piece. The environment is so electric here, especially this year as we get closer into the playoffs, that, you know, our student athletes want to be part of it. And it makes recruitment just that little bit easier, because they know they're coming into a culture that is really positive, and it's about a family. And that's one of probably the bigger things here is our women's volleyball team has created this family type atmosphere where everybody wants to be a part of it.
The women's basketball team had some struggles last year, losing a play-in game to the King's University Eagles. What shifts have you seen in this team this year that has helped them be 14-0?
I think part of it is they had a few injury issues last year that kind of hurt them a little bit, and those student athletes are back this year. Coach King was able to return a couple of student athletes who were with our program in the past. He did a really good job of recruitment this past year, so he has that almost perfect mix of veterans and new student athletes with our team that are working really well together. to generate this level of success they're able to see this year. So, once again, it's this cohesive culture he's been able to create, and really positive attitude with everybody involved.
We know that Lakeland is hosting the Women's Basketball National Championships here in the middle of March. How excited are you guys for the event, and how can this help grow college athletics?
This will be the second national championship we've hosted here at Lakeland. Really exciting. Whenever you can draw the top 8 teams in any sport to our community and engage our community and our campus community in a national championship, it brings this level of excitement and energy to our campus and our community. So it's really going to help, I think, elevate the awareness around our women's basketball program, but Rustlers athletics and our Lloydminster community as a whole. Lloydminster's had this great history of hosting many events where whatever we've hosted collectively has been a success. So we believe that hosting women's basketball national championships is going to definitely be successful. And we know our community is going to be behind us. We know our community is behind us, and our campus community as well. So it's going to be exciting. It'll be a crazy first 2 weeks of March for us, but I wouldn't want to have it any other way, because like I said, that energy that comes with hosting events or sending teams to championships, there's nothing like it. But we'll be pretty exhausted when it's over, but it'll be a really good exhaustion.
Alan, thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and we wish all your teams the best of luck throughout the rest of the season.
No, I appreciate the interview here, Ben, and glad to see you're with us.
Now let's take a look at your agriculture prices. And that is all the time we have today for Primetime Local News. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great night.